They said the tunnel screamed at midnight, but Jenna Myers didn't believe in ghosts or stories told in hushed tones by tourists and teenagers, until she found herself walking alone into the cold limestone throat of Niagara's infamous screaming tunnel, dared by her friends to light a match at the stroke of 12, thinking it would be just another local urban legend, a quick thrill for TikTok, and something to laugh about later. But as she stepped into the damp darkness and the air turned strangely cold, not the autumn chill of Ontario, but a suffocating cold that bit into her lungs, she felt something watching her from within the shadows clinging to the walls. And as she struck the match with shaking fingers, the flame sputtered and revealed the faint outline of something on the far side, a figure, hunched, unmoving, half melted into the stone. And before she could convince herself it was just her imagination, the match went out, and a piercing scream erupted around her. Not a distant echo, but a high-pitched cry as if someone was being burned alive right beside her, echoing until her ears rang and her knees gave out. She fled, crawling and gasping, until she stumbled out into the woods alone. Her friends Nolan, Mia, and Sean nowhere in sight, though they had been waiting by the car, and when she finally got home and looked at her phone, the background had changed. It was a blurry photo of her standing inside the tunnel with something behind her, something charred, reaching toward her, a blackened hand inches from her hood. And though she hadn't taken the photo, it was time-stamped 12:01 a.m., the moment the match lit, and worse still, a call log showed a 7-second voicemail from a blocked number, in which a hoarse whisper hissed, "You lit the fire, now you'll burn with me." And that night she dreamed of fire, endless fire, skin blistering, eyes melting, and a girl in a white gown running into the tunnel as flames devoured her. Screaming until her throat tore apart, Jenna tried to forget, but things got worse. Lights flickered constantly. Every reflection in her mirrors seemed off, as though something was watching from behind her image. And sometimes she woke up choking on smoke that wasn't there, smelling burned hair and skin and hearing knocks on the walls at night, and then her friends vanished, one by one, starting with Nolan, whose mother reported him missing the next morning after he never came home. Then Mia, whose last text simply said she's in the corner, and Sean, who was found in his garage, face frozen in terror, mouth open in a silent scream, eyes scorched as if by heat, but no fire had touched the room, and Jenna, racked with guilt and fear, went back to the tunnel with candles, salt, and a printed ritual from a paranormal blog claiming it could sever connections to vengeful spirits. But as she stood in the center chanting, blood began to drip from the ceiling in thick, warm drops, pooling around her feet. And then the tunnel trembled, walls vibrating with rage, and from the darkness emerged a girl, or what had once been one. Her face melted, skin fused to bone, eyes hollow and glowing dimly like dying coals, her mouth twisted in agony. And as Jenna screamed and ran, the girl chased her, shrieking until Jenna dove out of the tunnel and collapsed in the dirt, shaking as the specter vanished just inches from the threshold now. Years later, Jenna lives far from Niagara, under a different name, but every October she receives a letter, no return address, with the same photo inside her. Inside the tunnel, the burned girl closer each year, and though she has changed numbers and moved houses, the letters keep arriving. The screams never stop in her dreams, and on certain nights she swears her skin feels hot, like something inside her is smoldering, because the curse of the screaming tunnel isn't just that you hear the scream, it's that the fire never dies.